That's what we're at. The winter vomiting virus.
That's, I guess.
The WVV.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Well, everyone, got to put it live on all platforms now because we're multifaceted.
Facilitated.
Yep. So we are live on Facebook, 100 Proof page, the YouTube channel, as well as on TikTok. So thank you guys for wherever you are tuning in from. Appreciate the support. And yeah, making sure everything's good. This is live. Make sure everything's all good on that. That live video. Oh, yeah, we're golden.
Wonderful.
Golden. All right. You want me to rip the sponsors?
Yeah.
Busy Bee Chiropractic and Wellness. Thank you, Dr. Britt over there at Busy Bee. I had my appointment there on Monday. Had that sauna. She's doing specials right now on gift certificates, sauna visits, in combination with your chiro visits. Dude, I would go more than once a month.
After the first of the year, I'm going to go.
Go get that sauna?
Well, maybe. I might do the massage, the adjustment, and the sauna.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the whole thing.
Do the whole shooting match. Because you get it's only like $5 for the sauna when you're there for your chiro visit.
I haven't been there since October.
Yeah. Dude, I love it. It's
See
my
neck? It's like this. It's like stuck
Yep.
forward.
Absolutely. So thank you, Dr. Britt and Busy Bee, for keeping us all feeling good during deer season. Appreciate that. M&R Firewood out of Phelps, New York, and also has their roadside stand. I saw it down there when I went and showed a piece of ground the other day. Down south of Smoking Pete's on 14 South.
I want to go try that out sometime. Pete's, you ever been there?
Yeah.
Is it good?
We should make a trip.
I gotta try it out sometime.
Let me know when you're off this coming week. We'll go make a trip to Smoking Pete's.
So both weeks I have to work
selection.
Monday, Tuesday. Both weeks. The rest of it I'm off.
About the same. Yep. Same deal. Pierce Metalworks. I'll let Nate take over Pierce Metalworks. Because he's the owner.
I am the owner of this fine establishment. But yeah, Pierce Metalworks for all your machining, fabricating, prototyping. You got an idea you want to try and you need something fabricated up, welded, machined, get a hold of me.
Nate's your guy.
We'll get it figured out. I actually just mocked up a little prototype before I came over for an individual who's very into. It's actually a prototype for a mink trap.
Ooh, I like that idea.
I can't get
Disclose
into
all the details
about it, but I can tell you. I don't know.
Patent
Can't tell you
pending?
who it is. It might be patent pending, but it might be a thing. But that's what
We're
the
selling
thing is,
we're
so.
selling shares right now on the 100 Proof page for $1 a share. So if you want in on this new patent, let us know.
But yeah, did a little prototyping before it came up.
Cool.
I think this weekend I'll be able to get it to the guy.
Yep.
But yeah, so
Good. Got a little
Give me a
spike
ring.
in temperature. I'm sure the mink will be moving, as in all small game. Me and Dad were talking about that. Maybe getting a couple traps out and knocking down some of the nest predators a little bit. So, but yeah, thank you, Pierce Metalworks. Also, Phelps Fire Department. Thank them for helping us host a great youth event here a couple months back. Get a hold of them for all of your event planning, birthdays. We're thinking about doing Nora's second
youth
birthday
event.
there.
It's a chicken barbecue.
Oh, it's the same thing. We
Yeah,
did it
it's
for the
kinda-
youth.
yeah.
Did it for the kids.
Did it for the kids. And by the way, the check is out.
Check's in the
It
mail.
would be cool if
I put a little note in there.
4-H wants to do a little photo with a big.
Yep. I gave him a note in there with it.
So we didn't end
The
up
content
doing. Did we do both of them?
FFA and 4-H, they both went out. Both $400 checks went out.
Oh, we did do them both.
Yep.
'Cause I know
I
we were
sent 'em both
talking
out.
because FFA was kind of being a little fussy.
Yeah, so our FFA money technically needs to be approved by the Mid-Lakes School Board, which I'm assuming is probably going to be
yeah.
after the first of the year at this point. They have to approve the money that we donate. So we might get the check back. And if we do, we're going to give it to more kids or somewhere else.
We'll just give it to 4-H. Again, we'll just give them.
Yeah. So,
If they think our money's dirty.
yep, it's dirty money.
Which some of it might be. That was.
It could be. Heritage Outdoor Sports. get over there. I think Winter League sign up has started for that over there. If you're interested in shooting some Winter Leagues,
I heard it's
head
full.
over there. Is it full already?
I heard both days are full.
Huh?
That's what Tim told me. He got the last spot on Tuesdays.
I guess we're missing out then. I have to go elsewhere for the Winter Leagues. But
if they are full, Jesse and Will want to do
over at FLX, you're saying?
FLX.
Gotcha.
It'd be a nice little change of pace.
Yep. I mean, if it's full, it's full. You know?
I mean, I like Heritage. I like
I do
everything
too.
they do. How long are, because I still have my $130 gift certificate
Oh, it's good.
from a year ago.
Your Winter League win. Yep.
Yeah, second place. And is it still good?
Uh-huh.
I probably should use that before. But yeah, go to Heritage. All your archery needs.
Yep. Archery, crossbow if you're shooting crossbow. And they got some miscellaneous other sporting good stuff.
30-yard indoor range. And then in the summer, they got a great 3D course. You can just show up. I think it's what?
They have two now.
A $10 or $15 foam fee.
Yep. Sounds about
Target
right.
fee, and then you can just go shoot whatever.
Yep. Or you pay for, I don't know how
You
Mike
shoot
does
the whole
it.
course
Or
for like
I don't
10
know.
or $15.
Yeah, or Mike does the membership. You can buy a membership and you can shoot unlimited.
I want the pneumatic targets back up, and I want the tower going.
The poppers.
That
Apparently
was
the
fun.
The towers.
That was a riot.
The towers.
They should just do a tower league.
I don't know. Somebody sent a universe on the TikToks.
They love us.
Thank you for sending the universe.
I saw Speaking of universe, I saw the Starlink this morning. It was sitting right above Steve's
Dude,
farm.
we were looking at it today at work too. When I got there at the college for a couple minutes, I get up
watching.
there.
It was 5:30 this morning. I drove by. I was like, Steve. I said the aliens are trying to steal your corn right now.
I get there and Alex is standing in the middle of the driveway and he's looking up at the sky and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? I was like, maybe he was waiting to make sure I didn't hit him pulling in. I was like, okay. So I come down, he's still standing there. I'm like, you okay? You getting abducted? He's like, look at this shit. He's like, Starlink satellites. He's like, look at, they're going right like this. I'm like, oh,
yep,
that's pretty neat.
First time I've ever seen it.
So.
It's wild. There's like 20 of them in a line or 30.
Oh yeah, dude.
There's a lot of them.
He's like, I've been watching them for the last 15 minutes, dude. They just don't stop. And then Whitetail Properties here, the Finger Lakes team, Tim Kent, Heather Kent, and myself, Ben Williams, helping folks buy and sell everything from homes on acreage, recreational hunting ground, farm ground, timber ground, and the new sponsor that'll be put in the next video, Ranch and Farm Auctions. As our first auction is coming up, we got closings next week from that already. Are good to go to close.
Mm-hmm.
So, good to go, man.
Ben Williams, a.k.a. Hogweed.
Hogweed. A lot of people call me that from college days. So, alrighty.
Speaking of college days, Derek ain't tuned in. I ain't heard much from him.
No, he's busy, dude. It's stocking and breeding season and keeping stuff from freezing in Idaho, dude.
Derek's been doing a lot of breeding.
Breeding them fishies by hand. You gotta milk them. Yep, you got it. Like a pump shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. Yep. Pump shotgun. So, yep. So we're live on all the channels and TikTok as well. Chris commented in, says those were fun. Milking fish. Chris? Amos, you milking fish?
Amos, how's that? How's the rework of the plow holding up there, bud?
Oh, you did a fab for him?
I did, and the first one didn't work out how we wanted, so I redid it and I put in a little more supports, and I'm kind of hoping it worked out good for him.
Chris says laughing at the targets. Targets. I don't know what that is. I don't know. What did you pour me tonight? I almost want to say you poured me a High West.
What's the High West?
One of these guys.
No, what's this?
Oh, the old mellow corn. Tell you what, best $9 bottle of whiskey you're ever going to buy is a mellow corn. If it's not on your bar, it should be.
So far, so good. That's what I want to hear, Chris.
Pierce Metal Works.
Thank you for
Yep. So
working with me.
Yep. So yeah, dude, a lot of stuff happening. Our gun season's ended since the last episode. Our first muzzleloader season, has come to a close, and I found out what we now need to name this holiday hunt. You know what it is?
Hmm.
It's the Kwanzaa season, because Kwanzaa is December 26th through January 1st.
Yeah.
It's the Kwanzaa season. Okay.
Kwanzaa.
Yep. Chris
is
says
Kwanzaa?
I was saying the target's
Is that
at
Jewish?
Heritage. No, it's the African American. The targets at Heritage were fun. Yeah, the pop-ups. Pop-ups were
They
a
were
blast.
right. Mike needs to get
Yeah, I gotta head over there tomorrow.
or Lou,
I'm
not
hoping so.
Mike. Lou.
Yeah.
Poor Mike. He's half disabled nowadays.
Upstate Hunting. I believe that's Caleb. Says the plow blade is held up so far. Thanks for Pierce Metalworks. You did one for Caleb too?
Dude,
You're an animal.
So
plow fixing.
Have you
Plow fixing, combine fixing.
Do you know how big my mill is? That
Yeah.
manual mill I got.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb has this like 8-foot plow blade, the wear blade, and he wants me to mock all the holes on the other end so he can use the other side.
Oh, for a plow truck.
Just to flip it.
Gotcha. Okay.
No, for the plow. You know, on the bottom of a plow, they got the wear plate.
Oh yeah.
The scrape
That's
plate.
what I mean. Yeah.
And it wears down over time. Actually, I got a video of it. Dude, that thing was hanging off of that mill like 5 feet. It was almost touching the lathe as I was like working on
Working it through.
it. Yeah.
Good stuff.
It
Yeah.
was fun. It was a fun project.
Pierce Metalworks, dude.
We make it happen. It may not be the safest way, but we make it happen.
Yeah. We'll get her in line and on time. Well, Nate will anyway.
Thanks for the plug there,
Caleb and Chris. Yeah. Thank you guys.
and Chris.
But yeah, so anyway, so the season coming up is the Kwanzaa season.
Kwanzaa.
It's not the holiday hunt, it's the Kwanzaa season. Because it's
so like a Kwanzaa hut.
no, it's Quonset hut. It's different.
Quonset.
It's not the same. Kwanzaa with a K, Quonset hut is with a Q. So for Kwanzaa, it's a holiday, African American holiday. Typically, yeah. I looked it up today, and it literally runs December 26th through January 1st, which is the same dates as our holiday season here in the Southern Zone. So, it's the Kwanzaa season is what we got coming up. So, I got a few people coming out to whack some does.
I wasn't invited.
I got to take care of the kids and Keith. You know, he's at a vertical disadvantage.
Keith hasn't done any work. That's not it. Never mind, that's the wrong one.
Gotcha. So
Keith better get his ass over there and start spraying, seeding, trimming stands. I need an invite at some point. Damn it, Keith.
and I had a limping buck the other night, Nate.
I know. He was limping and you...
Bet on the deer, dude. I always bet on the deer when it comes to that. So, for those folks tuning in on all the channels as well as TikTok, drop the hearts on TikTok if you guys would. Send us all that fancy stuff. I don't know how this works. And it's a live Q&A. So, if you guys have questions, drop them in the comments. I should be able to see them pop up. And, you know, we talk deer hunting, habitat strategy. We talked a little bit off camera before we started about Nate's new project. We're going to probably do some videos of that, you know, coming up.
Yeah, we'll do some videos out
there. I think that's a great new project, dude. I love the idea, love the concept. We'll dive into it deeper probably in future episodes.
100 proof.
Yep.
We're mainly OG mix. Where I'm it depends on how things go. I might be throwing in some spring mix.
Yep. And then we got, my family might be buying another piece of property. That's in the works for this off season. We got a timber harvest coming this off season. We got more habitat projects obviously coming this off season. Yeah, dude, I'm ready to start gearing up for the habitat side of stuff. We got one buck we're still after. You know, we'll see if he's comes back around. I've had some pictures of him and encounters with him. from afar, not knowing I had encounters with him, but he was within distance on cameras, like within the 24 hours I was in there after him. And we'll see if we can knock a couple does down. I got to take a few of them, and then that's the other thing, dude, is I want to talk about we need a processor. I got to talk to Daryl here after season, a couple other folks I know. We need to find a venison donation center closer here in Ontario or Wayne County because
Set it up.
that's what I'm saying.
100 proof donation.
Well, but we need to find a processor that'll do that with the donated dollars to donate those deer that are processed to the local food
We
banks.
can talk to Daryl. I don't know if he would be game for something like that, honestly.
So I don't know how the process works. So I put an inquiry out already to the Venison Donation Coalition. Might do an episode with them coming up in the off season. I think that'd be a good time to
We
start
definitely need a more local.
building awareness, but we need a more local because we could kill more does. And the issue with right now is I don't have the freezer space, dude. I could probably fit one more deer, maybe, but that's going to max out my 3 freezers to put another doe in my freezer. So I have Dylan, who's been on the podcast before. Dylan's going to try to come out whack a doe, and then Keith's going to try to come out whack a doe. We'll see. And then
Keith.
And then probably
He's got
one
2 deer.
and
He's
then,
fine.
Well, no, the one he turned into dog food. Apparently, the processor didn't say it came out as good as he thought it was going to. So, you retapped them, flipped them for the flip side?
Look at that thing. It's milling right now. That's how I
Good
did
deal,
it.
dude.
That is Caleb's.
Those are hard fucking blades too, man. Like carbides?
What, my
No, the
hand mill?
No, the plates.
No, it's just steel.
Oh, just a steel. But yeah, dude. So a lot of projects coming up this off season. But you finally got corn coming down.
I got corn coming down. So I think the holiday hunt over on the lease is going to be pretty nice. It went out there. I got a little... I got my little 8x5 trailer.
Mm-hmm.
When I got some straw bales, I stacked it up, cut down some of the leftover corn stalks, put it around it. The farmers harvested the corn the past 3 days, so they were finishing it up today. And where I wanted it, they finished up yesterday. So when I drove by and I see that they were working on the lower field and the upper field was done, I went home and I got that whole blind put together, drove it up on the hill, got her in place. So the deer are like, oh, it's still standing corn, or oh, they're just used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't care. Oh, the farmer just left some shit
Brush
out
it
here.
in. Yep.
I brushed it in. There was a nice buck out there, actually. Did you see that text I sent?
Yeah.
There was a decent one out there. I couldn't tell because when I pulled up, you could see the deer kind of. I think they were laying down in the cornfield, but they popped up and they kind of scattered off.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I could see the rack on his head. It looked decent, but I could only see him for I don't know, like 5-10 seconds.
Yeah.
Before he went in the woods. Not even 5 seconds max.
But looks solid.
So I got a little game plan there. That's pretty much all I've been doing. It's just game planning for the holiday hunt because I still have a buck tag in my pocket. Trying to figure out how I can capitalize on that. Still have a buck tag in my pocket. And trying to figure out. Already planning on next year's projects. And next year I think is going to be better. We're going to make improvements.
Mm-hmm.
It could be amazing if the one thing actually goes through. What we were talking about earlier between frost seeding and
The conversion.
planning.
Yep. Sure.
Depending on how that works out, it could be amazing. But
I think
what
we got
it
a
is.
good game plan either way.
Good things are headed my way.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be good.
Yep.
It's gonna be good. And it's gonna be fun. That's the best part. Is you come up with the plan, you execute the plan, and then you see what the results are during hunting season. That's like the best part of the whole thing.
Yep.
Is the whole process coming together. If you can make a plan, execute the plan, and it comes together, there's really nothing more rewarding than the work, the thought, and everything all just coming together.
Yep.
So hopefully that's what happens.
So sorry, Bo, missed your comment. He says, "Love the Christmas decorations."
Thanks,
So for the
this
folks,
is not a goose, by the way.
the folks on TikTok can't see, but we got the bar
We can give him a little.
with a little garland.
Are you plugged in? Can it unplug?
Yep.
Give him a little garland shot.
So we got some garland. We got a tree set up. We got a couple old wild turkey decanters tonight. We got Bucky, our unofficial mascot. But yeah,
mascot.
looking good. Looking good tonight.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
oh,
Shit pipe.
and the shit pipe that my wife loves to talk about. Oh, Bo, stir in the pot.
What do you do now? Come out.
Come on, stir that pot, Bo. I think
We
he
need
just,
this.
I think he just sits at home, and he's like, how can I just stir that pot on the podcast?
That's what I like to do at work.
Yep. So, we'll get her. Get her foot back up there. Need to get a new phone stand for just the TikTok side of stuff. We'll get it. We'll figure it out. Bo's comment says, just because you have a doe tag doesn't mean you have to use it. Know your area, know the deer herd, make an educated decision before pulling the trigger. Tag in your pocket isn't required to fill it. It's a tool and use it responsibly when the herd can support it. 100%. We're in a, I would call it, a fairly high deer density area compared to some areas. But where you're hunting, definitely a good valid point with Bo that, yeah, you don't have to shoot a doe just to shoot it. And again,
You don't have to shoot a buck just to shoot it.
I was just gonna say that, dude.
I mean, you just hold on to it. And it's kind of what I'm doing.
Like
hanging on to it, and if the right one shows up.
Yeah,
right.
like we were talking about, dude, staying the course with, not shooting the buck on the last day. And honestly, for me, anyway, it gets easier to pass bucks now in the late season than it is in the early season because, as a rule, once they make it through Thanksgiving, they have a higher chance, even though that hasn't been the rule on the block this year.
This year, that rule does not uphold.
Muzzleloader, dude, has knocked down more deer on our, I guess, block, we'll call it, than the gun season did.
There's a lot of food on your block.
There's a fair amount of food on the block.
And
so
you guys
let
have
some deer
food,
go.
but you guys have, and it's not let see deer go. You guys have.
We don't have standing grain this year.
You took a step back because of life and everything else. It happens. So
And
you
the
guys
weather.
don't have the food that you normally do.
Mm-hmm.
And there's food on the outside.
And folks have been capitalizing on it.
Yep.
Yep.
That's how it works.
So,
this time of year, it's all about food. Food
Yep.
and cover.
So looking at and pressure. I mean, pressure. We always talk about that, but don't, like Bo said, don't need to shoot a doe just to shoot it. If you have the tag, doesn't mean you need to shoot it. But our rule, dude, is 5 or more when we take a doe. Typically. We want to keep those doe groups smaller and more kind of isolated. But when you're looking at a bunch of them roll out onto a plot, you can kind of just pick a nice mature one and, make a good harvest. Wait for a good shot. Sometimes they get out there and get all stacked up. Like the one field I got has just a really good strip of turnips in it. And I posted a picture the other night, and a bunch of people gave me crap for it because Dad was behind the muzzleloader that night, so that was a little different. But we decided not to take a doe because deer came on the field early and then kind of all disappeared at once. But yeah, we were in position to take a doe that night. We were just waiting for the last little bit of daylight to make sure a buck didn't come out. And we had a good buck come out. Hanson, we're thinking body-wise, he might be a 4-year-old, or kind of leaning more toward 3. But we had Hanson come out. Then I passed Hanson like 1 or 2 nights later out of that blind. Same spot, so I kind of moved off of that and just started seeing if Hank comes back around. And if not, I'm hoping Hank moves, stays on the property and doesn't get himself killed. Most of the folks around us are
Stays out of the road.
tags out, stayed out of the road. I mean, we lost a really freaking solid 3-year-old dude to a car, which sucked. Which actually, speaking of that, I gotta dig another hole here at the house and bury that here in the next couple days.
Why don't you just do the skull?
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna bury it.
No,
I'll bury it and bucket it.
Boil it.
I don't have time.
I'd say, like 4 years ago, I'd say, come on over. We'll drink beer and boil the skull.
Mm-hmm. It's different with kids.
Can't do that anymore.
Nope. No. So, but yeah, the biggest thing this off season, dude, is I'm looking at the family purchase of this other piece of property. That's high on my priority list to get that secured and squared up. Been talking to the surveyors and all that stuff to get it everything in line, ready to go. So hopefully that should be good moving forward. And then the timber harvest on my parents' piece of property. That should be going in. We're going to start marking trees. I wanted to do it today and tomorrow, but of course we have beautiful weather and like 50-mile-per-hour winds, so I'm not walking around in the woods in 50-mile-per-hour winds.
So speaking of your guys' land improvement,
Yep.
Let's hear about the pros and the cons that you have learned or figured out from the pond project.
So I think it's doing what we want it to do. It just needs to get finished out.
So you just got graded out.
Yep, I think just
take the hills down.
Yep, grade it out, take the hill down, maybe take it deeper a little bit more, so that's got some fall out of the ditch into the pond more so than it does. We need like 150, 160, whatever that ends up being for a bigger excavator in there and a dozer, just to level that out and smooth that area out. And then we should be able to plant literally side to side until the big hill. So a couple new stands have popped into mind, and we'll talk about some of that kind of layout and design with that going forward for those areas that we've kind of outlined as improvements. Maybe a couple small plots are going to go in as a result of the timber project. We'll see how that works out too. But finally getting a couple skid roads, which will be access trails or development trails going forward, back and forth. So, but I think the negative with the pond project is just not bucking down and finishing it all off this year.
Sometimes it takes a couple years.
Yep, and granted, we had a super wet spring. We got kind of swamped out. I think I could have made better progress on it than we did, but we got swamped out in the spring, so that affected how it kind of went. And yeah, we'll just keep rolling with it. I mean, they had some great hunts out of that spot where your wife shot a doe a couple years ago out of there. That's where I had my encounter with Hank, which, like I've
multiple encounters with Hank there.
Multiple encounters with Hank there this year, and maybe that's where he'll end up getting whacked. We'll see. We'll see what the wind does here after the holiday and see where he's slotting into. We do have some nice 1-year stuff coming up for Hank and a buck that showed up early December last year. He started slotting in over on the one piece of the farm, so I don't know if he's back over there yet or not. I don't got cell cameras, so we'll see if that. I didn't even have a name for him. He was just kind of an oddball 9-point. We'll see if he shows back up. Bo with another comment rolls in and asks the question and says, with cold temps hitting and a solid food source on a property, isn't it likely the deer numbers increase as deer shift in from surrounding areas? Because of that movement, is it really the right time to judge your herd or make big management decisions? So, yeah, you're going to attract more deer. And if you're hunting the property right and you're not putting as much pressure on it, the property's going to attract more deer as the season rolls on, as other people put pressure on it, just as a rule. So with that management decision, we're still on that same plane for where we are of doe groups of 5 or more, we take one. And that's based off of the sheer numbers of if you want to maintain a deer herd, you need to take 30% of the does out of that deer herd. If you want to drop it, you got to take more than 30. If you want to increase it, you take less than 30. And that's just a quick, easy number. So, one out of a group of 5. This time of the year, typically no button bucks are going to be with the does. Singular deer are a big no-no this time of the year. Typically, those are button bucks or shed bucks. That's the other thing to come in key in this muzzleloader and the Kwanzaa season is make sure you have good optics, binoculars, or magnification on your scope to look those deer over good because,
or if you're unsure, just don't pull the trigger.
Or if you're unsure, just don't pull the trigger.
If you're starving, pull the trigger.
And you got the tags,
pull the trigger.
You can pull the trigger. Yep, 100%. So we're not making big management decisions because I'm not going out there. This is a little bit of a different skewed situation because we have food sources that have probably double-digit deer on them every night. So in that case, I can move out there, literally know the deer that have been on that food source consistently, take a mature one out for this person or that person, or if we take one for ourselves, and that works for our situation. Now, going back to just because you have a doe tag doesn't mean you have to use it 100%. If you're only seeing 1, 2, or no deer, maybe it's not the right time to go out there and shoot one. Or if the only thing you're seeing on your camera is, a small deer, button buck, fawn, whatever, leave a little bit of stock in the tank for next year too. Same thing with bucks. You don't need to shoot a buck just to kill a buck, especially at this point. The deer's got probably a 75-80% chance of being alive if you let them go. So, and you gotta be okay with eating that buck tag soup, which comes with time. I will say that. And I don't know. I've done my fair share of killing. You've done your fair share of killing. It's not that, we're not killers, but if there's no reason to do it right off, there's no reason to do it.
Man, I don't live off of venison.
Oh,
I
no.
like it. I honestly prefer the burger over beef. And
especially if it's cut with pork fat. Oh,
I like it with beef fat, honestly.
For like straight venison, but like for sausage, I like pork fat.
Oh, yeah. But, I eat chicken, I eat beef, I eat pork, I eat it all. I eat turkey, whatever. But, going back to Bo's comment there, I think it's a fairly good opportunity to actually look at
your local deer herd as a whole.
Your local deer herd as a whole and your local deer herd ratio. Okay, you got 2 bucks out there with, we'll say, 20 does, whether they're 4 points, 6 points, whatever, or maybe you got a couple nice ones out there, or one nice one and one, but,
sure.
I would say you should probably shoot some does at that point. Because
as a whole,
does, and this is my opinion, are a good marker, like how many does you have around, or how much food you have. Like does will just pile into the food. I feel like the bucks, they'll kind of stay a little bit out of it. Like when it comes to like an open food source. Like it's kind of hard to like throughout the season, but in the late season, they're all gonna go out in the open. Like they're feeling pretty comfortable right now under the pressure. So I think not only like deer population numbers, is it a good time of year to kind of figure out as a general whole in your area, because obviously the deer move around and shift. But I think it's a good opportunity to figure out your doe to buck ratio.
For your whole neighborhood as a rule.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely get on board with that, dude. So like that night when I posted the picture, everyone was like, "Holy fuck!" And it's just like, okay, there's still $5 in that picture. There's
Well, there
four.
was a button buck.
There's 4-year-and-a-half-olds and one 2-year-old Squiggles. Squiggles was out there too.
The
So
gimpy one?
no, not the gimpy one.
Winky Wonky Donkey?
That's the Winky Wonky Donkey, buddy. Yeah, that's what we named him.
I seen your TikTok, and I remember you saying Winky Wonky Donkey, and I'm like...
Because
I was like, but then in the video of the TikTok, he's not even limping. You can't even see him limp.
Yeah, so if anybody's got kids and has the Winky Wonky Donkey book, the donkey's got 3 legs and 1 eye, and this deer's got a limp, and he's been blind. He's a 2-year-old.
All right, thanks for clarifying this for me.
He's been blind since he was a spike last year. I followed him to this year. He stayed on the farm. And his eye looks normal, even in normal videos, but it doesn't have a flashback pigment in the night videos.
He'll like that
one. So that's the Wonky Donkey, or Winky. Maybe we'll call him Winky. Not to be confused with Bill Winky.
Like Bill?
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Bill's stuff.
Bill's good.
Just because
Bill.
he's a true Hoyt guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's all about Hoyt. He doesn't...
Well, they send him checks, so...
He doesn't stray too much.
And go to the Matthews side of the dark side of the force.
I like Bill. He does get a little difficult to listen to sometimes, though.
Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody with moderation, even us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, what were we talking about? The Wonky Donkey and...
Wonky Donkey and David
Squiggles. Squiggles.
Todd's comment.
Yeah. All right, we'll hit David's comment, and then I'll get back to the deer thing. We have a lot of snow now, and the deer are loving that 100-proof food plot every day. Yeah, so they've been in the brassicas. The only thing I said today, and I'll be curious
it's a good year for bulbs.
It is a good year for bulbs. We got early snow. The greens died off pretty early. Stuff started to set back. I wouldn't say early. I would say almost normal for what we have for winter conditions here in upstate New York.
I don't know if you would call it normal anymore.
Well, yeah, it's this way, that way, up, down, left, right.
I mean, the Adirondacks, their foliage, their leaves, I mean, they were like 2 weeks ahead. Everything was like 2 weeks ahead this year.
Yeah, so maybe we were a little early. So the only thing I said, and I saw it even driving home today, was if you looked at like the alfalfa fields or like the wheat fields or any of that stuff where the snow melted off, they were looking like they almost had like a pop of green. When you get these 40 and 50 degree warm-up days, they're going back to green food source. You're not going to see them as much on the bulbs that night. You'll see them back in the wheat. You'll see them back in maybe the clover or the alfalfa or the hay field. Because that's...
Alfalfa's a big one.
And the alfalfa's a big one, especially if it's not
if you have a good solid alfalfa field.
There was a couple of them on the ride home today that I'm just
you'll see that tore up.
Especially with the...
It's hard to get growing, though, and it's hard to get established.
Yeah, unless you got a big field of it.
And unless you're a professional farmer, it's kind of hard to get rolling.
Well, it's a lot more demand on the pH, to be good. It likes better, kind of well-drained soils as a rule. So alfalfa is a little bit tougher of a crop, and unless you're running Roundup Ready alfalfa, weeds can creep in and become an issue for it too. So, but
that's something I noticed, Dave. It would be not this past deer season, but 2024 deer season was with that 100 proof mix, and I did it in like staging plots because I don't have the ability to plant like a half acre or an acre of a food plot. So you refer to them, and now I refer to them as outlaw plots, where you sprinkle them into the beans. And it's nice when the ag field butts up to where those deer are bedding, because when they get up and they get out of their bed that last hour of light or whatever it is this time of year, last hour, half hour, they want to get a little nibble before they move on to what their major destination is.
Big hayfield, big ag field, whatever. Yeah.
And with the beans, and by being able to go in there and sprinkle that 100 proof mix in there right along the edge of that bedding, those deer were like clockwork. Would come out, they would hit the greens or some bulbs or whatever on right on the edge of that bedding, and then they would just
Before
work
dark.
right before dark, like that last half hour, and they would just slowly work their way down the edge to their main destination.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's a great one for that.
I mean,
and
that's just how I've been able to use this stuff.
yeah, and we talked about the new plan for the 100 proof this upcoming year, which I think is
Slamming.
Yep.
But I'm also in front of the plan. I'm still doing that strip. Like,
further to the north.
I'm still doing the outlaw plot headed all the way to the north corner.
All right, because
At least
that'll be rotated out next year.
It'll be beans next year. So I'll be able to do the outlaw plot next year on top of the improvement plot all the way down to that north
So you'll
corner.
have maturing in the edge, and then a little bit more of just like the leafy, maybe small bulbs in the outlaw.
Yes. And it's going to continue through the cut on the edge of the grass / potential field. And
It
then
has
on
potential.
top, it does have a lot of potential. And then on top, I'm
Big
moving the
outlaw.
blind. I'm moving the blind.
Okay. Which one? The north blind or the south blind?
No. South blind's money. I can't.
I was gonna say
I can
south
put that
blind.
whole south bottom with that blind. I can't move that blind.
The north blind.
North blind. I don't have a marker anymore. Where'd the marker go?
Oh no, you had it.
Oh, it's right here.
I was gonna say you had it. Make sure it's not the permanent one.
Expo.
Yep. Expo's good.
Alrighty.
This looks great.
So you guys don't know what I'm talking about around here. Alright. So, blind, we got top field. Right? Side hill. Blind is currently here.
Mhm.
This is north, by the way. North.
Yep. East.
South.
Yep.
Yeah,
You got it.
You get the fucking idea. So, when I originally built the DIY blind, if some of you might have been tuning in long enough for that, the DIY blind ended up putting here. Now back in here is bedding, and then pretty much from like here over is bedding. Well, I kind of messed up.
Some here, but more so, I guess bedding would be next is over
somewhere,
there.
but this hill's so steep, I don't really feel like the deer use it a lot. So on an east wind, I can get away with
Blowing over it.
a lot on this edge.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can access up here. But what I'm thinking, because this is the top of the hill, like this is the high point. Like if you were to draw, like if you look on the topo, like this right here is the high point.
Yep.
Like dead center of that field. So it tapers off here and it tapers off here.
And it tapers off going down to the south.
Yep. And my thought with putting the blind somewhat in the center, I could still be able to see this edge. I could still be able to see this edge and hunt it from there. But the problem is that the deer mainly access
They like that corner.
from here and like just down from that
And
blind.
that cherry that's right here next to it too. They like coming in there a little bit.
They come in here. They'll come up here. And, and occasionally, I mean, this is more like, I would say, early season bedding, more than late season, but they will bed in there and they'll come out.
With a hard west wind, I bet. Yep.
Yeah, hard west wind, they'll come down, because that is a sharp drop. That's actually where I killed my buck this year.
New spot.
But, so my thought is, and I've been struggling with this top field just because of that taper. So if I sit over here, I can't see over here. If I sit here, I can't see over here. You see what I'm saying? Like, so if the wind's coming from the west, I'm sitting here.
It's all no good.
I'm sitting here.
Right.
And the deer come out of here. But if they decide to just kind of mill along this edge, all I can see is their ears and their heads.
So just plant the top.
That's what I mean. So 100 proof, coming in the top, about half an acre. I'm gonna do like maybe like a little jog thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Blind, I'm gonna have to rig up some kind of stanchion right here where that second stand is, right here where that X is.
Yeah.
The top of the hill that I have. This blind is going here, and I'm gonna build something up that I can set that blind on top of, so I have the height, and I should be able to see majority of this. Maybe not the whole thing, but if I can get that blind up to like 18 feet,
That's up there.
I'm figuring. I've been thinking of freaking ways of how to do it. Whether I got to bury 4x4s, or if I can build
Some
like
posts.
a box and like fill it, or somehow use the trees.
Because you're at what, about 7 right now?
10.
10
Well, no, it might be 7.
to the platform.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you got to jump it up another 10 foot.
yeah, pretty much. So
What about?
I could use the trees that are here
Mm-hmm.
to try and build something, like kind of box them out, and then just kind of like attach it to it and raise it up, and then I can wrap the bottom, so my access from the road down here is money. So if the deer are up here feeding, doing their normal thing, I access here on a west wind, and then if I wrap that bottom where they can't see me go up and down, I can get down and I can get out without disturbing anything feeding.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
I do.
So that's another plan for this year. Does it make sense?
It's just a lot. I know how much that hill pitches off because I've been up in there.
But I'm going to make it happen. You know I will.
Mm-hmm.
I'll figure it out. I got a tractor now.
Well, that helps.
You see how much I did without a tractor? Just think what
We
I can
took
do.
mine over there when it was like negative 20.
Just think what I can do now with a tractor.
But all right, so I got a good topic right here. It just popped in my head. One piece of gear that you can do without going into next season.
I'm pretty kind of I don't know.
Once it works, it works.
I like
kind
to
of thing.
say I like to say I'm a bit of a minimalist, but
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to hunting, because I don't like bringing a shit ton of shit with me when I hunt 10 minutes down the road from my house.
Mm-hmm. If you got to leave one thing that is in your current setup or was in your setup when you started season, what's one thing you would take out of your pack or your gear going forward?
Now that I have a history of the property, I know the property, I would eliminate cameras.
Trail camera?
You know a good buck when
Mhm.
you see it. You know a solid buck when you see it,
Okay.
and you know they're going to be in the area, and you kind of already have a history with the property. You can kind of figure it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I could hunt without cameras and still, like knowing what I know now, like knowing what cameras have taught me in the past, compared to like, oh my God, there's like, you know,
Okay.
that's a decent, like I could do without cameras for a year.
Okay.
I really think I could.
Gotcha.
That would also put into the factor of if there is a freak that's around, I would not know.
Yeah. If there was a certain buck, sure.
But I'm confident enough I could go out and I could identify a 3+ year old deer without having any history or video data of it,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
be able to kill it.
Gotcha. My thing that I'm taking out of my pack is extra layers, because my setups become better with my clothing and my garments, and then because of that, I'm also taking out, and I'll be selling my camera arm setup, because I don't feel the need to put, multiple, bring in a camera setup basically. So because of that, because I have a Pierce Metalworks camera arm.
Oh, you're pimping me out here.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
And I'm getting rid of my other setup with having
way better setup. Pierce Metalworks setup.
Presets and more cost-effective setups in those locations where all I got to do is take an arm. That's it.
And your cell phone.
Well, that's already in your pocket.
That's
so I take my arm that's already has a small, which I'll pull it up on one of these off-season episodes. I'll bring my whole new setup out now. It's the arm, the Pierce Metalworks arm, and then I put a small fluid head on it that I found online.
Yeah.
And I slap my phone into it, and that's perfect. The only other thing I run with that is a Bluetooth remote. So I don't have to do any of the zooming on the phone. I can run that out of my pocket. So I can do the zooming and work the thing.
Minimizing movement.
Trying to minimize movement best I can. Yep.
So you could do we should do like a comparative video. Of like what you got to do to like set up
versus a preset one or whatever. And then the cost, and then, yeah. The cost of this versus the cost of that, yep.
Long term, it's way better.
I do like that because you can just set it, boom, it's in, forget it kind of deal.
And we came up this year with the mobile
thing.
Which I think is, I mean, then you don't even need to do the permanent.
Yep. So you got that option, and I think we just need to just tune it. That's all it is. Just little fine tunes to make it exactly what we want. But I think that's really coming on, and if you got the preset lags, that's money. You just set it, forget it, done. Which, going into next year, I'm getting rid of a bunch of stands. Not getting rid of, but like taking them out of the woods and moving them to different spots finally. That's on my agenda list, so probably going to be hand in hand with the timber harvest, just because they'll be in there and maybe taking trees down in and around where stands are coming out of anyway. So, anyway, Bo says crossbow.
Bo's taking his crossbow out.
He's taking his crossbow with him.
Out of his pack.
I was going to say he's taking it with him, because that was my next comment with this. After we hit Andy's comment over here on the Facebook, says, "Hey guys, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas," with the Christmas setup. Feeling a little festive tonight. We got the Snow Wild Turkey decanter flying up into the Christmas tree.
This is probably our last episode until the new year, really.
Pretty close, yeah.
I mean, with the holidays and everything coming up, it's going to be a little tough.
Christmas is what? Christmas is Thursday?
Yep.
So we'd be Christmas Eve doing an episode?
And then New Year's Eve and New Year's is Wednesday, Thursday again.
Yeah, it falls in the same
So we might not be back on until 7th, 8th.
Yep. Or maybe we'll do an episode after New Year's, like New Year's weekend thing or something.
If one of us smash a good one, we're probably doing.
Well, if one of us kills or something, absolutely, we'll be doing one. So Bo says he's leaving his crossbow home. Andy says, "Hey guys, Merry Christmas. Did you see Tanner's buck?" Yep. Did see Tanner's buck.
Tanner shot a stud. He had a good year this year.
Yep.
He had his baby.
Yep. Congratulations.
Baby or girlfriend. I'm not sure if he's married or not.
The Mrs. Tanner.
The Mrs. Tanner. Either way, Tanner had his baby, and he killed 2 studs. That one he shot with muzzleloader is a brute. 160, low 160s.
He texted me when he shot it, and he said, "Dude," he's like, "I still can't believe it." He's like, "I think this deer's 40s," and I'm looking at it, and I'm just like,
no.
I'm like, dude, that
deer's high 150s, 160s.
I said that deer's 160, and then I did like the quick math on my phone, just eyeballing it from a couple photos, and I'm like, I'm getting like 160. I think it was like 164 or 166, something like that, and then Andy grossed him out at like 162. Which
I was looking at my 154 on the wall and then looking at his, and I'm like, it's better than that.
Dude, the buck was a great buck.
Yeah,
freaking hammer, dude. And 4s, you don't see those on the 10s, and when those 10s have those 4s, dude, they just fucking score. So,
yep, that was a slammer.
Yep, heck of a buck.
Heck of a season. Heck of a year for that guy.
Yep. So, and we are doing the runnings event coming up in March.
Am I running the 100 booth 100 proof table again?
No, we'll be there together.
You were scoring.
Well, we'll score at the 100 proof table.
Know
Because we
I
got
don't know if Andy will like that.
Well, Jeff, you gotta have
You
Jeff.
gotta,
you gotta have
Jeff's
Jeff
the
bless
boss.
it. You gotta have Jeff
can
bless
we
it.
score at the 100 proof table?
You gotta have Jeff bless it. Because
Although I thought people were more apt to come talk to me when you were over there, but
yeah. Well, when people are getting their deer scored, they want to hang out and chat and everything, and maybe we'll do a live show there. 21st is what I have on the calendar for March for that. So that gets anybody that's killed a deer up until the end of deer season, their 60-day drying period. I think that's why Jeff does it there in March. So
works out.
We'll be at Runnings March 21st is what's on my calendar for that. So, yeah. So we talked about what you're taking out of your pack. You're taking trail cameras out for next year.
That's not my pack, though.
That's what I mean. I'm asking about a piece of gear in your pack.
I don't know, man.
I mean, we've refined the process down. Like I said, for me, it's my extra layers. I used to carry in like an extra jacket or an extra like upper layer or something like that. And now that I've gotten better gear underneath and got my setup figured out,
I mean,
like,
I'm
not carrying an extra.
Gear. Like when I think of gear, I'm thinking of like stands, trail cameras, actual bolt. Like I don't really carry a lot. Period.
Extra layers this year. I cut my extra layers out, and I used to take more stuff in the back of my truck in my ozone bag than I do now. So with that, I'm not taking my ozone bag anymore. So I guess that's another thing I'm cutting out. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been cutting out. So, and I guess the part 2 of this, we'll let Nate come back around and say the one thing I'm adding that's made a ton of difference is obviously having a good grunt call, whatever you're confident in. I like the Hooks Messenger. That's my favorite grunt I've used. I think it sounds the best and the most realistic, especially at distance. And I guess the honorable mention, kind of going back to the gear side of it, is spending good money. You might see these on Facebook. These hollow socks are legit. These alpaca wool or regular wool socks, I would say a wool sock is a must for keeping those feet warm and I guess functional during those longer sits, and especially the colder sits this time of the year. Until you're at freezing frost temperatures, I typically don't run any more than a normal everyday crew sock or whatever you want to call it, but these hollow boo socks have been I was sitting the other night with my dad, and even he, who has colder feet than I do, was saying he wasn't seeing, he was getting a little cool, but not cold, and that's what I kind of said to Nate. So this is also my Christmas present to you, by the way.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yep. So you can get out if we get normal cold temperatures.
It'll be cold again by the time the holiday hunt rolls around.
Yep, probably.
So you know what? I didn't use my grunt call once this year.
It's funny because I just said
leave the grunt call at home.
That was funny because it's the one thing that I said that I will definitely always make sure I have in my pack, as well as good gear. Bo says, what percentage of alpaca wool? 70% alpaca wool. 27% nylon, and then 3% spandex, probably around the top cuff of the sock.
You said you would never leave without your grunt call.
Never leave without my grunt call. I walked back to the truck this year for my grunt call.
Well, it depends the time of year. But I would say obviously, you're really only using the grunt and antlers rattling during the rut.
Mm-hmm.
I would take antlers over a grunt call.
You see, on the opposite, I'd leave the antlers, I'd grab the grunt.
I've had better luck.
This is why we differ. This is why I love it. So, but yeah, dude, Bo says that's good. Yeah, the breakdown of these with like wool versus synthetic, I guess, material you call it. These are good. They're running a sale right now. We're in no affiliation with these, even though we should be. should be a sponsor of the podcast. I'll reach out to them.
Oh yeah,
Hollow Socks.
there you go.
There's some other companies out there too, but I do like wool, especially if you get in this later season, even when it gets a little damp from sweat or whatever, or just rainy, crappy conditions. Wool holds its own. So I run that with a non-insulated boot, and I was good the other day when we were below 0 wind chill. So, and my feet
That
are
one day
run.
was cold.
My feet run a
I
little
was-
different, but
My feet were freezing. I just had regular socks on.
well, you didn't have this hollow socks.
That's what I mean. My feet were
Hollow?
freezing.
Get on with the 100 proof. We'll hook you guys up if you hook us up and our viewers up. If you hook our viewers up with a freaking comment and a code, Merry Christmas.
Man, oh man.
But they are running a good special right now. Buy 2, get 2 free. I think actually in buy 3, get 3 free. I would say to spend money on quality gear. Yours is the Huntworth stuff. You like that a lot for good quality gear.
I do like it.
Spend a little bit on getting good gear, and it will help you
What I
stay in the
really
field
wanna try
and
is
more comfortable
Osseo.
longer.
I really want to try Osseo, but I don't want to spend the money on camo. I can do, like, the camo doesn't really make a difference. Like the quality of it does. Like you're saying, like for the colder temperatures.
Mhm.
But like the pattern and everything that they sell, like it doesn't make a
You
difference.
see that whole tote behind the camera?
I can
That's
go,
getting listed on Facebook Marketplace. I'm literally.
you know how much camo I gave away? Like my brother-in-law, because he's kind of just starting out bow hunting, so he doesn't have any.
Sure.
Like I just gave him like a ton of stuff, like
Mhm.
stuff I didn't even know. I forgot I had. It was upstairs it was in my attic in a trash bag, stored away.
Yeah. So no, and it's you refine your gear over the years.
I'm definitely going with Osseo next, but Huntworth is nice.
Yep. I like the First Light stuff I have. I've been able to run that pretty much all season. The only thing I've been changing up is now that we've got snow on, I just put my snow bibs on over the top for a little bit extra. But it's not. I don't think I even need it.
Honestly, you can kill deer in your
Red flannel, dude.
red flannel and your buckhorn.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the blinds we got. Just go sit behind some cover and wear your. You can kill deer doing it.
Yep. Andy says, "Do you guys have snow camo?" Yeah, just saying that, Andy. Right on top of it.
No.
Yeah, I have a little bit. I have a pair of snow bibs and a snow top.
I have a dollar store single bed
Bed
white sheet that I would just
Cut the head out of.
Well, you could do that, or you just lay it over you like a blanket while you're hunting.
Yep.
Or on top of you.
I've done that, dude. I've killed a couple deer like that. You
But
get up in there, dude.
I've never deer hunted with it. It's more like coyote.
I got up in there, dude. I cut the freaking hole out for the head, put it over me, bed sheet, spread around me like a big dress,
a little
and then
Sharpie to make some like tree limbs on it.
now you're getting fancy.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
That's,
what if you like
that's some
tie?
man-
What if you like tie-dyed it and dipped it in black with like the little scrunchy? Ooh.
There you go.
Make a little festa homemade
A
camo.
little Festa camo.
Bo says Osseo makes the best puffy coat, hands down. Super warm, super quiet. That's the thing with puffies, dude. Is
Yeah, most puppies are very noisy. They're
noisy.
swishy.
So
They're
that's
swishy.
I would be really curious to see that, dude. But they are really good. If you can put a puffy on with like a vest over the top of the puffy, so it kind of keeps that noise to a minimum. I've done that before in the past.
Tyvek. Isn't that like the like beekeeper suit?
Yeah, pretty much. Caleb says, I used a Tyvek for my snow camo this year. Works awesome. Yeah, for over the top. Steve Lush says, try a Code of Silence. I think
Steve can comment now?
Steve Lush.
Oh boy, we're
The
in
Lush.
trouble. The Lush.
Thank you for commenting.
The man, the myth, the legend. That's not good. He can comment now. He figured it out. We're in trouble.
I think you probably knew all along. So Code of Silence, I think is what Bill Winke runs. Osseo is what like Don Higgins runs.
It's all in who pays who.
Yeah, yeah. most of it's coming out of the same company, just different patterns.
I really like my Under Armour stuff that I bought. I still run it.
So I've been on the First Light train,
And
I love the First Light base layers.
And you know what's been actually like kind of, not to cut you off, First Light.
No, you're good.
Sorry, but the actually having two sets. Like you go out on a rainy day or something, and you got to let the other one dry. You can still just grab the other one, because I have my Huntworth, and I still have my old Under Armour set, and I've been swapping them out.
Yep.
As you know.
So I've got that. I've got like you said, like a backup set.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I have a bunch of scent lock, like quarter zip, black overgarments that I'll use.
I always like scent lock. I had a couple.
So what I'll do with that is I'll put that, because I can fold it up really small. I can fold it up like smaller than a manila envelope, pretty much, and that'll go like in my hand muff as I'm walking in. And if I'm going to like a tower blind or something where I want like a black background, I'll put that over the top of my layer, so I have black in the blind, and I'm not walking in all black. So I use that a lot as my backup. Definitely multiple layers of your base layer. Once you have a base layer that you like and use,
I mean,
Field and Stream. I like the Field and Stream stuff. That's been phenomenal for me.
If you learn how to layer, and you know how to layer, and you find something that works for you, you can just run Walmart, Mossy Oak.
Once you have your system down, absolutely. And then, so I like the Field and Stream base layer, and then I run like a Henley.
But you gotta be
First Light.
You gotta have that little bit of tough guy in you if you're gonna run the Mossy Oak with layering.
Yeah,
you gotta have
the wind will seep.
You gotta have that edge about you, or else it'll eat you alive.
Yep. So,
but it does work.
Other big things is windy days. Is you need a noisy vest, and there's no other way to call it than that. You need like a waterproof Drake vest or something like that I run in the past. Keeps that wind off your core, and especially off your kidneys. Once your kidneys and your back get cold, you're done. Once it gets down to that core level, you're done with your cold. So, waterproof vest when it's windy, I found is huge to keep that core warm. And then hot hands, it sounds weird. Hot hands inside of your thighs, like in your groin area, that will keep warm blood flow glowing up and down to your legs and your core. Couple hot hands, stick them down in your belt line in that groin area. What that does is it keeps good warm blood flowing in that area. That's been huge too.
So they got the hot foot or whatever that you can stick down your boot. It's like the whole foot. I just take a hot hand and I put it at the tip of my boot, because your toes and the ball of your feet is what gets cold. Your heel doesn't get cold.
Yeah, sure.
So I just throw a hot hand in the, if it's going to be super cold and I plan on sitting out there for a while, I'll just throw a hot hand at the tip of my boots and just kind of, and then just kind of like put them underneath them.
Mm-hmm.
Put them underneath my toes. And then I usually run hot hands in my pockets. That way I can just shove my hand in my pockets and hold on to the hot hands with me.
Yep. I do run like a rechargeable hand warmer in my muff. That's the only thing that I'll run typically for that. And then if I'm running the hot hands, if I need them, haven't had to use them with these hollow socks either, by the way. I have like a little boot cover that kind of slips over like a little sock over the end of my boot. And I put a little hot hand on the toe, basically to keep the rubber from getting surface temperature cold, on the toe area. Because like you said, that's the only area that gets cold. So in the past, that's what I run, is the little boot socks with a hot hand in it. But yeah. Bo says, Code of Silence is nice, a little heavy. They need to start adding some more windproof garments. Windproof is the toughest thing with quiet, because typically one doesn't work well with the other.
The best thing I found with like windproof is actually wearing a windbreaker in
like
between,
a mid layer.
like a mid layer, because it doesn't make any noise then.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the best way to break the wind, in my opinion.
Yeah. Or I like those vests because they can be a little noisy, especially for bow hunting, and you're still fine. If the vest is like a little waterproof and noisy, kind of like setup, that's worked well for me in the past. Bo says Sitka is fantastic. Okay, Bo, you can stop commenting now.
Sitka.
No, Sitka Fanatic vest is the best bow hunter vest on the planet. 100%. Windproof, super warm. The design is killer. Built-in hand muff zipper pocket, rangefinder pocket. 45 degrees zipper magnet collar. Great product. That was a full rundown of it.
Is bow hunt? Bo, do you sell Sitka?
I mean, he's tried Osseo, he's tried Code of Silence, and Sitka. I have tried none of those three.
Dude's
By
got
the way.
money. I'm straight up going to Walmart.
I'm buying secondhand First Light off of Facebook Marketplace.
Andy just sent me a good thing. Telephone poles for my blind.
For stilts.
Not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. Oh, he's got a whole pile of them. Tell him. I'll take them.
It's Marketplace.
Oh, okay.
But
Little stilts. Bo says I'm a gear nut kid. Who's he calling?
Ben always had a Swiss Army knife.
For what?
Because you're a gear nut kid.
I'm not a gear nut.
No, you're not a gear nut.
I've run Drake and then First Light. That's kind of been my two that I've kind of been with for camo.
Y'all gotta understand, me and Ben are poor as fuck.
Oh, and that's all end of the season clearance. I think I can fit into I think I can fit into a large, Nate. So I'm gonna buy a large. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like Bo, you were busting on me way back when I bought Huntworth. When I spent $400 on that whole suit, that was a big deal for me. Huntworth, big deal. Someday.
And then nobody sells Huntworth anymore. Well, Runnings does.
Yeah, Runnings does.
Runnings is Huntworth.
It's the closest, so it kind of worked out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But
bullshit, Bo. What are you doing with all your hand-me-downs, dude? Send them our way. Are you
what size are you?
Are you an extra large guy? We'll get along.
Or if you're a medium guy, we'll give you Keith's number.
No. Keith needs to suffer a little longer and pay his dues.
Bo says Huntworth is good, and I think their prices have gone up quite a bit. Well, I guess Nate got in at the right market. So,
Amos, actually, when he picked up his wheeler, he was telling me he was thinking about buying a full, cold Huntworth set.
Mm-hmm.
He says they just look so comfortable. I said, honestly, I got them. I said they are nice.
Yep. Good deal. All right, we're sitting hour 15. Good show tonight. We probably won't see y'all before Christmas, but maybe we'll do one shortly after the New Year. Follow it up on the holiday season, unless the Kwanzaa season.
After Ben puts Hank down, and
yeah,
that 2.5-year-old finally gives me a shot.
And we need to come out with the new shirts for next year. The hell of a 2-year-old. We got a couple of them. We got ideas for this. So, and if anybody's looking for last minute stocking stuffers, we got 100-proof hats.
4 of them.
4 of them still?
3. Whatever you got. You said 4.
I think there's 4. They're right in the cabinet there.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4. We got 4 camo 100-proof hats.
Limited
Edition. The last of the kind.
Not unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
Limited.
So, all right. Thank y'all for
20, 25.
$20.
100-proof hats. 4 left. I might take one, so there's 3 left.
Get one for $26. Alrighty. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thank you guys for the great conversation. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. Good luck if you guys are going out for the Kwanzaa season. Kwanzaa season.
Hut.
Yep. And have a Happy New Year, everybody. And we appreciate you guys and the Hunter Proof family. And yeah, be safe, shoot straight. Good luck, and we'll catch you all next time.
See you.